And we're back, and today, or tonight even, because it's evening, I'm in Kirkcaldy in Scotland, or Kirkcaldy, the locals seem to call it. But I'm excited for this one because nearby, not only have they got quite a lot of pubs, so hey, I'm going to visit a few, they've also got a castle, there's a harbour, there's a bay, there's a park, so I figure I'm going to nip downstairs, get something to eat, and then I'm going to wander out. I'm going to have a look around, see what sights there are, see what the town centre's like, see what the harbour's like, see what the pubs are like, and we'll see what the prices are like, because this is obviously on the sea, so it's sort of, you know, is it a seaside resort? Does it class as that? I don't know. How do the prices compare with seaside resorts in England? What's the food prices like? What's the beer prices like? The important one. But let's go and find out. And anyway, quickly, before we do go, look at this bloody room I got. Sometimes it's good being a gold member on hotels.com because you get these little upgrades every so often. And, you know, so-called single room. Look at this. There's a huge bed. I'm not sleeping in that one. I'm not sleeping in that one. I'm sleeping in that one. I got myself a recliner and chair, like a little living room if you like. I've got some coffee and some biscuits. I've already ate a couple of them because I'm hungry. Four bottles of water in the fridge. Wow. Check out this bathroom. Look at this. Hello. It's alright, isn't it? Excuse my mess, but anyway, let's crack on with the video. Oh yeah, look at that. So I've just had myself a nice little pint of best and some steak pie. I give the best a 7 out of 10 and the steak pie was an easy 8. It was gorgeous, homemade, really beautiful. Look at these little buggers. So we got some parrots. Look at them. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. Yeah, that's cool. Hello, hello, hello. Tell you what, it's not the warmest, it's not the driest, but it does say it's going to clear up, so I'm hoping that little bits of blue sky start coming out. It's about a 20-minute walk to this harbour, so let's get cracking. Oh yeah, and for those interested, the pint of best was £3.90, and the steak pie, the homemade steak pie, was £13.50, which I think's pretty much a bargain, really. Dysart Cemetery there, so this harbour we're walking down to, I can see the sea now, we're walking about 10 minutes. This harbour we're going to is Dysart Harbour, or Dysart Harbour, I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced, but yeah, let's keep going. Old pub there, Royal Hotel, all boarded up. Another victim gone. That there. So just walking down. It's all been downhill, by the way, which scares me from the way back. Carmelite Monastery. There's a monastery there. Bet they brew buckfast or something, don't they? Something like that. They'll brew something, not worth knocking on. Hello, what do you brew? You got any strong ale? Kirkcaldy Art Club. Right, just round here is the harbour apparently, so on we go. It's actually so quiet. It's absolutely dead. But there's some high walls. They don't want anybody getting in the monastery, do they? But yeah, just down here we should get to the harbour. Yeah, so this is the harbour. It's like a castle ruin thing there as well. Don't know if it's part of the monastery or not. Oh, I just saw a little rabbit there. Don't know if I caught it on video. What's good about this, as in most places in Scotland, as you can see, we've got camper vans there parked with a beautiful view. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, another one there, 5 campers which are just parked there, enjoying themselves, not doing any harm. Yeah, if that was in England, it wouldn't be allowed. They're good on the old wild camping in camper vans up here. It's one thing, not just one thing it's got going for it. It's got a lot of things going for it, Scotland, apart from the bloody weather. But look at that, the sun is coming out, yes. So we got beautiful views. There's a rainbow over there. Can you see that in the distance? Got a little rainbow starting, so the sun is going to shine. Happy days. So I'm in a beautiful place. I'm going to walk, have a little walk through this little park, maybe. I need to get to the nearest pub really, because I really need a wee. And we'll get on and find a couple of pubs. Wow. Can you imagine living here? How beautiful is that? And it's for sale. I'd love to live somewhere like that. The sea right in front of you. I mean, there's no beach because basically it's just a harbour wall. Not a harbour wall, but what I mean is a sea wall. Oh, actually there's a little bit of a stony beach there. Stony beach. Yeah, and there's steps down to it, so there is a beach. Yeah. That's good. And look at this sky now. When I was having my steak pie and I asked the girl serving if the harbour was worth walking to, and she said, yeah, it's, you know, it's a nice little walk, but it's throwing it down outside. And I went, nah, it's going to be sunny in about 30 minutes. And she laughed at me. And lo and behold, here's the sun. See, always pays to look at the weather. Sometimes they get it right, but Google did say it was clearing up. It went from clouds and rain to actually clear skies within an hour, so you see it's all moving away there, and this is what's coming in. So belting. Anyway, I've just looked on Google Maps, and there's a pub up here. I can't remember what it's called. It's only a 10-minute walk. It's the Man in the Rock or something it's called. But there was sort of 3 or 4 pubs the other way, the other direction. But they all just look like your standard fare pubs, where this one says it's a proper local pub for local people. So, and that's what I want. I want a bit of localness. So it says it's a local pub with good real ales. So I'm going to go give that a check. Look at this now. It gets even more beautiful up here. This is stunning. Not your average Thursday night, is it? Here we go. This was the site of the Lady Blanche Colliery. So there was a colliery here. They look like council flats up there. Imagine signing up for a council flat and that being your view every morning. That'd be alright, wouldn't it? Beat some of the council places I had when I was younger, I'm telling you. I found the pub, eventually. The Man in the Rock. Get in. Let's go in here. Well, that weren't really a sort of pub you could film in. Proper little local place. They didn't have any local ale. They didn't have any real ale. So I got a tenants. I'd give it a 5.5, and it was £3.70. So I'm gonna try and find a decent pub. I know I am 10 minutes further away now than I was originally from the decent pubs. So I've got quite a jog on now. But it is what it is. So I really want to try and find a proper local pub with a nice outside beer garden where I can review a nice little pint. Sorry about the wind. Anyway, let's crack on. Why is everywhere I've been uphill today? It's just making me dread the walk back. that everything is uphill. I know it doesn't seem much on camera, but it's just a steady incline all the time. The right morning get, and but especially the next pub is another 25 minutes away, and I've walked for 10 minutes already. So I hope it's a good one. I need at least one good pub in this video, one that I can actually film. And also, in normal northern travelling style, I've not brought a coat, and the sky is now taking a turn for the worst. I reckon I'm probably about half an hour away from the hotel, so if these heavens open, I'm gonna get wet. Wet and cold. But I can't complain because it's been so hot recently. I think it'll come as a blessing, to be fair. Wow. So I just turned off the main road there. This runs in parallel with the road I was walking down to the pub anyway. And it's a little park and woodland path. So, beats walking on the main road, doesn't it? Come on. At least it feels like I'm in a bit of nature. Feels like I'm, you know, where I should be. I'm not walking on no stupid bloody path at the side of a highway. Highway? I've turned American. But look. This is much better. And now it's only 16 minutes walk to the pub. I don't know if this is going to be a good pub. I've purposely not read any reviews on it because, like the last one, I walked the opposite direction because of the reviews, and it was just sort of like somebody's front living room, really, with all the family sat round drinking. So we'll go on to this next one. Hopefully it'll be all right, but if it's not, there is a few more around it, so I'm sure we'll find something. So walking through this, it says here, black velvet shrouded lace trawler lit by shimmering lights. Looks like it's remembrance to a trawler that went down in '98. I'm murder me, ain't I? I'm walking to this pub, I see a park, so I walk on the park. Then I realise that walks down to a little beach, so I'm going to go and have a little peek. I mean, I'm here, I might as well. It's getting really windy, really blustery. It sort of feels like it's going to throw it down, but let's have a little look down here anyway. See what's going on. Looks like there's some kind of old ruins or something up there. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked here, aren't I? Heading to a pub, but you know, you can't ignore stuff like this, can you? I can't walk past this when it's right here. I've got to have a go. So I might go back up them steps and head towards those ruins and have a quick look on that, because that direction is the way to the pub. So about another 15 minutes walk, I'd say, so let's get that way. Let's do it. I'm a bit bloody knackered now. Jesus. Things I do. I don't know. Okay, Bobo. Yeah, whatever. There's a sign there. Ravenscraig Castle. And that's where we're going to go. Public toilets, seasonal opening. They close at 20 to 4. It's a good job they had some hidden bushes back there, let me put it that way. But don't tell anybody, alright? Get in trouble for that sort of thing, you know? Like as if I'd do that. And just coming up now is the castle, or the remains of the castle. most castles these days. There's not that much left to see, but it is in a stunning location, and I'm glad I did the walk to come and have a little nosy. I don't know any history about it or anything. Maybe I should have looked something up and told you guys a little bit about it, but it's a pub channel at the end of the day. So I did actually have a look then at what it was. All the pitted walls on the front is quite interesting because that's all where artillery has hit it over the years. And it was originally built for Queen Mary in 1460, I think, or 1640. Might have got it the wrong way around, but yeah. But all good. Anyway, onto the true quest, the proper quest. So there's when it's open, if you want to look. 10 till 4, 10 till 3, depending on the time of the year. But yeah, onto the proper quest. And let's find this pub. Let's hope it's a good one. Fingers crossed. Come on. Let's have a proper old Scottish boozer. Probably won't be as bad as a walk to a pub if the all work closing down. There's another one there, Luke. St Clair Tavern. All boarded up. Looks like that'd be a nice old pub as well. But it's only 6 minutes now to this next one. And where I thought there were quite a few around it, there's not. They're like another 15-minute walk on. And I am getting quite far away from the hotel now. And it has started to rain. So, we'll get to this one. See what it's got to offer. Hopefully, it's a good one. Here's a question for you all. Would it bother you living in one of those? I mean, the sea's just there. Obviously, you can't see it because of the trees, but it is just there. So if you had a high flat, you'd have a beautiful view. Wouldn't bother me one bit. I prefer a higher one for the views, obviously. I think with those sort of things, you can make them as homely as anything inside. You know, I've known enough people who've lived in high rises, and you can walk in, it's like you're in a different world. You know, they make them absolutely beautiful. I think the main thing depends on your neighbours. What sort of neighbours you've got. You've got to have good neighbours, not just at the side of you, above you and underneath you. Respectful neighbours. Because you can live in some, and if they're the sort of tactical party at weekend and pump up the music at like 3 in the morning, then ho ho. Actually, is that the pub up there? I think it could be. That definitely looks like a pub. It is a 6 minutes walk, but that looks like a pub to me. I'm going. What a belting little boozer this is. Absolutely brilliant. And just like that, we're back in the room. What a great night. That pub was really good. I didn't film much in there, obviously. In fact, didn't film anything in there, really. They had music on, so, you know, copyright issues and all that. But I got recommended a Guinness, and it was absolutely fantastic. I'd give it an 8, 8.5 maybe. It was a really good pint of Guinness. I didn't have any money, and it was cash only. Obviously, I pay on my phone, usually. The landlord let me transfer a tenner over. It was £4 a pint for Guinness, which, as we know, that's pretty good. Not only that, I asked the guy, the pub actually closed at 8 o'clock, right? Which is unknown for me, a pub to close at that time, but he said they do most of the trade during the day there. And I said to him, is any of the taxis nearby? Do they take card? Because obviously they didn't take card. He went, not really. Which way are you going? I'll drop you off on my way home. So he even took me back to the hotel as well. What an absolutely great place. Unreal people. Great pub. One of the oldest pubs in Kirkcaldy, apparently. I'll definitely come back there. 100% go back there. I met about 5 or 6 people who were all genuine, salt of the earth people. basically talking about the dog most of the night. So, but yeah, it was really good. So all in all, great trip. I'm sorry I couldn't show more of inside the pubs, but you know me, I usually sneak off into the beer garden and do a little review of the beer and stuff if they've got music on, and if it's one of those pubs where people are sat around chatting, they don't really want to be filmed. And I'll do my stuff sort of outside, but there was no beer gardens, so I couldn't really do that. But I hope you enjoyed the bits I did do. And anyway, you know, if you like the videos, press like, leave a comment. If you haven't already, press subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.